Minister of Finance at the signing of the budget, saying that Nigeria is going to depend more on revenue than debt when it comes to plugging that deficit. Yeah, there he is saying that we're going to take the two together. Now, of course, we had an interview yesterday on our flagship morning show with the former governor of Ogun State, Olusegun Oshoba, who was saying that, well, the last administration left an empty treasury, and therefore this administration has to now borrow more money in order to fill up that deficit. So we're going to throw all those to Happy New Year to our Rise business analyst, Chika Mbonu. Chika, good to see you again. Good morning to you.
Rotus.
You know, we give you the hardest stuff at the beginning of the year. So what would you like to... Oh, and sorry, fuel. The headline in the Punch, oil marketers saying that fuel should be... 1,002. So, Chika, take it away. It's all yours.
I wish I had the magic wands, you know. Let me start from the fuel thing.
Okay.
You know, and... you know, the oil majors,
yeah,
you know, they have a template for calculating the price, the landed price of the petrol if they're importing them into our country.
Yes.
And all the models that we used, using the exchange rates situation that we have now,
yes,
you know, have shown that there's no way fuel can be sold at the current between 600 or even below 700 naira that is being sold now.
Yes.
That is basically what all the models are saying. So I associate myself clearly with the comments by even our senior economists like Mr. Bismarck Rawena,
yes,
who has said that what actually happened was that the subsidy was reduced, not totally eliminated, because there's no mathematics that has shown that that has happened. Even though NNPC people keep saying that they recover the full cost of the importation.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how they do that. But, you know, in a country like ours, transparency is a major issue. Otherwise, what would have happened is that for them to bring out for us to show us these calculations, so we can learn it and use it to, you know, cascade in other areas of our mathematics calculation in our country.
Yes.
Because it will be a miracle if it is actually true that the NNPC is recovering the cost of importation of fuel using the current exchange rate. You know, they are even the close almost at 1,000 naira.
Right.
The other market is about 1,250 naira to the dollar. If you plug in those into the template, there's no way. You know, and then another common sentence is that the PMS usually, you know, strikes above the diesel price. Diesel is at 1,000 naira.
Right.
1,000. It was even I bought diesel about 1,002 in this, you know, in the recent times. So how then will petrol be half of the price of diesel? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that because of the postulations and the positioning of the Tinubu government, you know, I mean, they cannot walk back their talk that they have removed subsidy completely. But, you know, with everything put on the plate, there's still some subsidy going on.
It's there. Wow.
It's still there.
Yeah.
But it has been reduced at least by 50%. So we know that, you know, and would have expected also for them to transparently explain to us how much has it helped us in we know that the consumption on the total basis from 60 million liters they say we were consuming before that, it's come down to about 40 million liters a day.
Yeah.
So how much have we saved in foreign exchange? Has impacted their creation to reserves and so on and so forth. Those things are not happening, you know. And even the savings from subsidy, how is it being plowed back? How is it affecting? But that's that. But see, subsidy has just been, for me, it has been reduced, not eliminated.
Not eliminated.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Insecurity, revenue, debt, where would you like to go next?
Insecurity, I mean, please spare me from assessing the Buhari government on what did they achieve on security. Because he came to power with that insignia as a former general who was going to bring peace to the failure called Goodluck Jonathan.
Yes.
And, you know, and on that rendezvous, he got into power. And we saw what has happened. Even if it's only where our lifeblood is, which is oil, you know what has happened.
Right.
Our production, you know, tankered down from almost 2 million barrels a day to below 1 million barrels a day. And that's why when this deep mess that we are in, and so you saw the report that even, I think 2 or 3 days ago, that in this new year, they've had how many, incidents already. Additional extra pipes found, so many other wells and so on and so forth. So, they let this thing, the Buhari government let this thing happen, took their eye off this, such that it's become a way of life, a way of living for the individuals involved. And I've gotten used to the revenues and money that come from this, and then build up fat and security and defense and put everybody in their pocket. So it's difficult, really, to eliminate this. We heard also when they did the Senate hearing, where one senator said that if he posts a security officer to his locality, within 2 weeks, he'll buy a Jeep.
Yeah.
That's how bad this has become. And so it will take, I don't know what it will take to make sure that we recover this. And there lies, even the Bloomberg people who are analyzing the currency and everything, tell you that Bloomberg said that 2024 will be the worst year for us in depreciation of currency compared to 2023. 2023 was bad. But wait for it, 24. They said it there, that Nigeria needs to do 2 things. So one, scale up, the oil production to 2 million barrels a day.
Yeah.
And then make sure that foreign investors start bringing dollars into our country. That's what it worked for us. It's not a rocket science. That is what it takes. And so even with our president, going around the whole world, I'm coming home now, assuring investors in Dubai, assuring investors in America, and so on and so forth. And as he's giving these assurances, the next thing, breaking news, 100 and 200 people killed in Plateau State. This number of people kidnapped this place. I mean, which investor want to come into our country? I mean, it's not okay. I mean, I don't need to speak big, grandiose English for you to understand that the fact that insecurity in our country is a hurting investment. Even locally, from the section of the country I come from, normally December is a very important time for people to go home, and there is substantial transfer of wealth to the communities where, in the hinterland.
Yeah, big men like you.
Hinterland. It's the same time also that people get married. Yeah. The bachelors get married. Also, the lot of weddings that take place during that period also.
Yes.
Things happen. Yeah. But a lot of things don't happen now because of
insecurity.
Insecurity.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go to travel on the road? They kidnap your family and so on and so forth. I spoke to the governor of my state. He said, "Oh, Chika, among the people who don't want to come back home." I said, well, "Why will I come back home?" And they're gonna, and I won't sleep well. 30 people will come to the house and stuff like that, and you won't come out from my house. My friend came in from US. My cousin came from US with his 6 children. I mean, his house was like what do you call it? The children didn't go out anywhere.
Yeah.
They were just there. He came there, armed, everything.
Wow.
So what's the sense of going home?
Yeah.
So you don't need rockets for anybody to tell you that insecurity, even the trade between north and south of Nigeria, the logistic costs have gone very high. It doesn't also look at the food inflation is the major driving our inflation up. Because the food belts in our country are the areas in the country that are mostly affected by these insecurity problems.
Yeah.
So you don't need to do that. I mean, but you see, our leaders are still, what they say, they're still sleeping while Rome burnt. They're still giving the same excuses that Buhari gave for 8 years and letting things get out of hand, And instead of being nationalistic and taking the bull by the horn and trying to resolve this problem once and for all, security is the number one issue in our country. No matter the investors you are bringing in. You will never get the great investors into our country.
Without sorting that out.
Without sorting it. You just get those people who just come here, from the funny countries to come in here.
Yeah.
The great air countries will find it before they get here.
You can just a minute to go. What do you make of the two competing revenue versus debt? How do you think?
See, debt is okay. Buhari problem was that they were doing it informally. We don't need this. They just go to CBN and collect. And they had a tab there. They just open the tab and collect. See, what happens in this unstructured way of borrowing means that you don't put those into calculation when you're determining looking at inflation and other monetary policy issues. And so you are there, he's there, the CBN is there chasing inflation through the banking system, stifling the banking system to cash to that ratio increases, lending, loan to deposit ratio, aggressive chasing. At the same time, they are there, pouring out money through ways and means, which were not being spent to create value in the economy, but merely what? Consumption. In the way that means we are creating multiple values in the economy that are adding to our GDP, maybe you won't be where we are. So you have too much naira in the system, chasing the few goods we have. Inflation can only spiral because the productive base of the economy is low. And so add that to what's happening now. Fuel price up, pass-through inflation increases due to dollar, things moving from 400 naira to 1,000 naira. You know where we are. I was talking to one big man, one billionaire today. He said that everybody's wealth has come to. I said everybody's wealth has come reduced by half. He says it's actually more than half. More than half. If you have invested, you have investment in Nigeria. If you believed in Nigeria and put your investment here. So yeah, but the issue, of course, the government has to fund through debt. They said they met nothing. Remember, politicians, citizens of Nigeria.
That's what Buhari said.
Citizens of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Don't believe what politicians tell you.
Yeah.
These same people who are telling us now that they met empty polls are the people who are defending Buhari throughout the 8 years.
Right. Exactly.
Now they're coming out now saying, Shoba is not coming. They are the people who are defending Buhari.
Yes. God
sent person. We are this. Some are saying, our problem is not the debt. Our problem is revenue. See.
Right.
We're suffering it now.
Exactly.
Yeah? We're suffering it now. So yes, they have to borrow some in the short term, if they know what they're doing. But you see, my problem, and that's where I'm end.
Yeah.
Rotus. We're living a lifestyle of rich people.
Not tightening up.
When we're boating, when we're borrowing left and right, you still see the extravagance behavior. SUVs everywhere. They kind of living, everybody's living. National level, even worse at the state levels. Some state governors are like king of kings and lord of lords, spending money anyhow. And all these are on that 10 billion or 10 trillion naira deficit. Borrowed money, printed money. So that's the problem I have.
Yeah.
That in this kind of something, there must be a consciousness that says that, fellow citizens, it's a difficult time for our country. I'm sacrificing. Instead of 2 billion or 3 billion for the food in my Aso Rock, I'm going to reduce it to that. Instead of buying new vehicles, I'm going to manage the old one I have. Instead of this one, trips, no more. You saw what the law president did. One president said it's flying economy. Those are kind of sacrifices we need to hear.
Like the president of Argentina.
A commercial something.
Yeah.
Those are kind of sacrifices we want to see.
Yeah. We'll see how things go, and we'll see how things go, and we have you, of course, to take us through the entire 2024 to see how things develop. Arise business analyst Chika Chika, happy New Year again. Thank you so much.
Happy New Year, brother.